you were around during the Flash games era of the internet, you've almost certainly at least heard of Drunken Wrestlers at some point or another. But when was the last time you even thought about this game? It's just so obscure and niche now, to the point where nowadays it's all but faded into total obscurity and has been lost to time as a relic of a bygone era. Drunken Wrestlers was developed for the Next Castle Dev Cup contest in 2013 in just 7 days by Oleg Skutte. It's a pretty neat game, honestly, for just 7 days of development, despite objectively being kinda ass, but lots of cool things are objectively kinda ass, like the Star Wars prequels, actual ass. I tried to find out more about the Next Castle Dev Cup contest upon a Google search, but I couldn't find anything other than other Drunken Wrestlers related stuff, and nothing about any other games for the contest. So my guess is that it was perhaps some sort of college competition, and this Oleg Skutte fellow was the only person from that project to make their game a public release, whom I also couldn't really find too much of anything about this Oleg Skutte. However, what I did find is 3 other games by Oleg Skutte listed on Steam, that being Locomotria, Staggering Ragdoll, a weird physics game, Dreamio, which is some sort of AI choose-your-own-adventure game, and quite recent with it coming out in March of 2024, and of course Drunken Wrestlers 2, which has a small but existent online community and by far Oleg's most successful project thus far. The first half of the Drunken Wrestlers 2 soundtrack is also for sale, with Volume 2 allegedly coming soon. The main premise of Drunken Wrestlers is to either floor or violently maim your opponent, a concept as simple as can be, but it's surprisingly fun. It's always a blast landing a suplex, performing some batshit aerial attack, or tearing off limbs. It's pure chaos, and that's all it needs to be. The game has 3 buttons of control: A and D to move backwards and forwards, and W to attack, and the same layout for arrow keys for player 2, that being left, right and up. There is a single player mode which pits you against an actual opponent until either you or the AI opponent win 5 rounds, of which you just start over afterwards with no change. And there's obviously a 2-player mode, which is just the same shtick but with another person instead of an AI opponent. The only kind of customization in the game is the amount of blood, ranging from none to every hit sending a massive disappearing splatter everywhere, and the dismemberment threshold, which can be tight enough to the point where dismemberment just straight up doesn't happen, or loose enough so that even if you try to move at all, limbs will be shot off, which is kinda weird but also very gruesome, and I fucking love it. I also looked up to see if this game has any mods I could mess about with, and was disappointed to find absolutely nothing, which I don't know if I was surprised to discover or not. Either way, I came away absolutely devastated, as you can probably imagine. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the story of Drunken Wrestlers and Oleg Skutte, and there's nothing really else to Drunken Wrestlers. No unlockables, no different modes, cosmetics, just an incredibly bare bones yet fun fighting game that I myself enjoy very much and hop on occasionally just to fuck about, really. Being that I was around during the internet Flash games era, I also have a lot of nostalgia for this one, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this probably do as well. Even so, you can still pick this up on Steam right now for completely free, or you may consider trying out its sequel, Drunken Wrestlers 2, which I honestly haven't really given the time of day as of now. You might also consider subscribing for more monotone, unfunny reviews of outdated video games. But yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.